know what tune is fitting for this episode? I'm upset. Got a lot of it. I'm upset. I'm upset. This episode of Game of Thrones, I'm in absolute, I want a bumba. That's what I'm in right now. Oh, Lord of mercy. Let's get into this.
Aleisha Lee review Game of Thrones, Game of Thrones, Game of Thrones. Aleisha Lee review Game of Thrones, Game of Thrones.
Yes, people, welcome back to my channel. This episode of Game of Thrones, I can't believe what I witnessed. So I'm gonna start this review with this clip that was shown just before the episode. I thought it was very interesting because we're hearing so many different voices as we're seeing Daenerys with anger, and it's quite significant because this is all of the stuff that she's heard over all of these seasons from various different people she's come across on her journey. The last one said something along the lines of, "You don't want to wake the dragon, do you?" Have a look at this clip.
He has the better claim to the throne.
Every time a Targaryen is born, the gods flip a
The
coin.
Mad King gave his enemies the justice he thought they deserved.
Children are not their fathers.
Be a dragon. You have a gentle heart.
Targaryen, alone in the world. It's a terrible thing.
You don't want to wake the dragon, do you?
Boy, from these facials and from everything that she's been through in the past couple episodes, yeah, she does. We start the episode with us seeing Varys. He is basically writing letters. It looks like scrolls that he's going to try and send off to people. A little girl comes in and basically says, "Oh, I think the soldiers are watching me." It seems that maybe he's sending these scrolls or these things via the children, and somehow he might have got this message over to King's Landing. We then see Jon arrive and Varys greets him, makes it very clear to Jon, "Listen, I know your true heritage and I think you should be the king." Jon makes it very clear that he is loyal to Daenerys. Varys has just made it clear that, "I ain't sure about your queen, yeah? Proper not sure about her." Varys really believes that Jon will take the Iron Throne. And the thing is, Varys says all of this to Jon and he knows the risks, he knows the implications. And I think he's done all of this knowing that he's going to die, because this is now betrayal. He would rather risk his own life and sacrifice his own life to make sure that the rightful person is actually on the throne. Tyrion sees Jon and Varys having this conversation and he's put two and two together. He knows what it's about and he decides to take it upon himself to go and inform Daenerys. Now Daenerys, oh, she's tired, she's fed up. Her closest friends and advisors, the people that have known her for years, they have been wiped out. You see Tyrion come in, he says to Daenerys, "I have something to tell you." She's like, "Someone's betrayed me." He's like, "Yes." He seemed quite shocked that she already knew. And then she said, "Jon Snow." And I was like, "Ooh, we've gone straight to Jon Snow." He was like, "No, Varys." And then she just put everything together. She's already clocked the game, but she's still putting it on Jon Snow, because if Jon Snow didn't tell Sansa wouldn't have told Tyrion wouldn't have told Varys. So, you know, she understands how this is all coming about. And she even says to Tyrion, "So you spoke to Varys before telling me?" I remember Tyrion, he's on a thin line here. He's on a thin line, like the queen is not feeling him at all. She said to him, "You told Varys before me. Sansa told you." And he explains, "Yeah, because she trusts me. She like believes in me." And Daenerys said, "Yeah, exactly. She trusts you to do what you've done, and you've done exactly what you've done. This is what her game plan is. She's happy that this has happened." Grey Worm and the Unsullied, we see them come to get Varys. Varys knows what time it is. He takes off his rings, throws them in a little pot. He knows he's a goner. He knows. They get to the beach shore. Tyrion says to Varys, "It was me." And Varys just took it because he, like I said, I think Varys was at peace with the risk. He knew that if this comes out, he's toast. And Tyrion, being so scared and fearful of Daenerys, he done what he felt was right. Obviously, as well, being loyal to the queen, he let her know what time it was and told her about Varys. That's when Daenerys then comes in and Daenerys. She said it so calm, I'm just like, oh no. I don't know if Drogon didn't hear properly the Daenerys and he thought, "Oh yeah, yes, Daenerys, yeah." Because she said it so low, but he took a while and you just see him there like, then you just see Varys like, and then no, he sees the dragon, and Varys. After that, we see Daenerys and Grey Worm having a talk where Daenerys gives Grey Worm one of Missandei's possessions and says that was the only thing that she came over with. And Man just dashes the thing in the fire. I said, oh, Grey Worm, baby. He's lost the love of his life. That was the one person that made him feel human again after everything he's been through. He's been very just like unsullied, killing machine, and he doesn't know how to just show genuine emotions and expressive emotions of joy, happiness. Is something that he's not accustomed to, and having Missandei around really brought that out of him. Him throwing that into the fire, I think, signifies that he will never love again. This is it. He has nothing else to care, live for, apart from Daenerys, who he's loyal to as his queen. And aside from that, he's back on crud. He's back on the crud. Grey Worm is not feeling Jon at all. We can see the tension. He just knows that between Jon and Daenerys, things ain't right. Daenerys then speaks in their language. Let me speak to Jon, like, leave us, let me speak. Because Grey Worm's ready to done out Jon's dance. He's ready to kill him, I'm telling you. He leaves and then they start talking, and that's when Daenerys basically gets the gist of Jon's true feelings towards her. She then tries to, you know, initiate with him, and Jon can't even bring himself. I think with all the news, everything that's happened, them going to war again, it's just so much, it's overwhelming. And that's his auntie. He makes it quite clear to Daenerys that he's not feeling it. He loves her, but not in the way that she would like to be loved. When Daenerys was like, let it be fear. As in, if you don't want to love me, you're gonna be scared of me, you're gonna fear me. He's already there, because the way that he looked at her, the way that she looked back at him as she stepped back away, she's not going to try it again with him. She's got the message loud and clear. Cool, if that's how you want to play this game, that's how we're going to play it. After that, we see Daenerys, Grey Worm and Tyrion in the meeting room. Tyrion has literally said to her, once the bells ring, once we hear that, we need to have some sort of signal to show that once that bell rings, it's done. And I don't think Daenerys is quite listening. She's like, get the Unsullied ready. Yep, make sure you lot sail to shore. When I fly over, you know, that'll be the signal. Meet you there. Basically, Tyrion, I'm not listening to you. But she did give him the nod when he did mention about the bells. Once you hear the bells ringing, that's fine to stop. That's when she drops the bomb that they captured Jaime. They saw that he was trying to escape to go back to Cersei. And Tyrion's face was so in shock. You know how much he loves his brother Jaime. Arya and Clegane arrive at King's Landing. They're greeted by some soldiers where Arya lets them know, hello, my name's Arya Stark. I'm here to kill your queen, so let me bust through. And that's exactly what happened. She just got through. The guard was just so stunned. Clegane even said to him, listen, yeah, think about it. She killed the queen. You don't have to die today, tomorrow, it's gonna be fine. Anyway, they bust through, so we see and know that they are actually in King's Landing now. They've made it. Tyrion manages to speak to Jaime after him having to try and speak to the Unsullied to let him into the tent. He tries to speak his best Valyrian, but it's not really popping for him. They manage to get there in the end because they do speak the common tongue. He then gets to see Jaime and they have a heart-to-heart, and you know that this is their final encounter with each other. This is their final meetup, and it is so sad. I felt so sorry for Tyrion. I felt, the way he just said to Jaime, thank you, like, if it wasn't for you, I would have had a horrible childhood. Wouldn't have made it to adulthood if it wasn't for Jaime. Jaime was the only one out of the whole family that was always nice to him, and it was just so heartwarming. And that's why Tyrion made sure he wanted to let Jaime go and help him escape, and said to him that there'll be a dinghy waiting for them, him and Cersei, that the best chances now are just to escape, try and live a new life somewhere else away from King's Landing. After that, it's morning time now. We're seeing the Iron Fleet getting ready, getting prepared to kill some dragons today, Jaime has now arrived at King's Landing as the Golden Company are marching out, ready to start the war. He manages to get in there. We see Euron looking at the skies like, what's going on? Out of nowhere, that's where we see Drogon light them up. The Iron Fleet done out here. One time, finished, done. I said, wow, Daenerys didn't come to play today. Burns everything up. Burns up all the Scorpios. She's burnt everything up, so they have no defenses when it comes to trying to attack Drogon. Daenerys destroyed the Iron Fleet effortlessly. Her and Drogon just brrr. I'm wondering if she made a song for Drogon saying, the goddess, the goddess, the goddess, the goddess, because Drogon, I don't know what gusto, what food he got, but he was not letting off today. Then after that, We see the Golden Company preparing for war. We see the leader of the Golden Company looking around, and then out of nowhere, the Golden Company, I felt there was a waste of time. They done niche. They didn't even get a chance to nothing. Daenerys just boop, wipe them out. Oh, you just see all of them. I'm gonna lie, I was not ready. I was not expecting it. As soon as I saw that, I'm like, yeah, here we go. It's on. The whole army, everyone, they just start running and charging towards what's left of the Golden Company. The leader of the Golden Company, Harry Strickland, he's there trying to run. No, Grey Worm, boop, within spear. I said, Jesus Lord. Grey Worm, anything that comes in his sight is getting it. Any of the Lannister soldiers that trying to get at them, they're just going whoop, whoop, whoop. Yeah. Not gonna lie, it looks stealth, like the way they're just marching through, like Grey Worm's at the forefront of it. Obviously he's fighting for his gal, innit? You see Jon behind him, you see Davos next to him, like the army behind, everyone just marching through. Whoop, whoop, whoop. We see Dany and Drogon are tearing up the town. I'm telling you, the tune, the chorus. She was singing the chorus because the Drogon was just going off. He was not stopping. He weren't letting off. There was no break. I don't even know if he had time to breathe. And if anytime he is breathing, it's fire, dragon fire. Jon, Grey Worm, Davos and the army just cutting through. They get to a standstill where it's basically the Lannister army facing off with Daenerys' army, and the Lannister army, they know that they're out of their depths. They know that they're done. This is it. They put down their swords and surrender. This is where we cut to Cersei, Qyburn and the Mountain. And Qyburn explains to Cersei, listen, yeah, we're losing out here. We need to escape. Cersei is just so in denial. The Red Keep's always been fine. Like, no, Qyburn's like, no, everything's been breached, my love. It's time to... Can we try and survive? Let's leave now. Let's leave. She sees that the soldiers have laid down their swords. They're not about this life. They've surrendered, and that's when we hear everyone saying, ring the bell, ring the bell, ring the bell. I heard everyone, man, woman, child, everyone saying ring the bell. They're desperate for this bell to ring so that this can finish. Finally managed to ring the bell. The bells are ringing off. That's when we see Daenerys and Drogon land on one of the buildings on top. And this moment, oh, the tension. I noticed in this episode there wasn't much talking. If you notice, there is a lot of silent moments, and I think this is all to kind of signify the feeling, the mood, and what is about to just come, what the aftermath is going to be like. It's giving you a prediction of the eeriness and the feeling that's going to be left in this city after this horrendous event. That close-up of Daenerys and her expressions, you see that she knows she's won. She can see that she's won, but there's just something in her. When she sees that building and sees the Red Keep, she just goes off. Like I said, I was flabbergasted. Watching that, I'm like, Daenerys, not the children. Daenerys, not the children. Fire, fire, fire. She's burning everything. And this is the cheek as well. Like, I'm just there thinking, Daenerys, all you have to do, yeah? See where you was looking, the Red Keep? Cool. Go straight and just light that up. Yep, she done exactly what Miss Sunday said. The Cares. She lit them up. She said, this is from a brethren, yeah? Let me correct myself, because I'm there like, yeah, Cersei's the threat. Cersei, Night King, you're both done at it. It's Daenerys. You see when a woman's fed up? You see when a woman's fed up? People, this is a prime example of when a woman's fed up, yeah? I was flabbergasted by what I was watching, but I ain't gonna lie, I was feeling it. In the battle, you can see Jon's face was just, he couldn't believe it. He even killed one of his own men because his people started being the bad guys. See Jon try and stop his men. But as soon as his men see Grey Worm throw that javelin, they said, yeah, cool, it's on. And that's when everything just started getting crazy. Even Jon... How and when? Now I'm really upset. Like, I don't know how this broke. I don't know when this broke, but I just have to put in here, my nail broke. I just got these done yesterday. I'm really upset. Not that upset, but I am upset. I just got them done yesterday. Don't worry. I'll be visiting that shop. I'll be visiting them. How dare you? Ridiculous. We then see Jamie finally reach to the beach, and then out of nowhere Euron comes. Euron and Jamie go into this battle, and he does manage to stab Jamie, and he dies so happy, like, yes, I killed Jamie Lannister. After Jamie and Euron having the fight, we then see Cersei, Qyburn and Mountain decide to make their exit. Qyburn says to her, it's time, all of the fleets, everything is done. We then go to Arya and Clegane, who have made their way into the Red Keep. And Clegane says to Arya, I've been wanting revenge all my life, and look at me. You need to live a better life than this. This ain't the one for you. Go. She goes, and then that's when we start to see her journey of how she's going to escape from this hellhole. We then get to see what all the fans have been waiting for. The big boy Clegane Bolt, the two brothers going at it. Clegane reaches to the steps. He sees Qyburn, Cersei and the troops with the Mountain. Clegane's like, you're queen. Or a queen. Cersei these times is just, you know, she knows she's done out here. Mountain is so fixated on Clegane. Cersei is like, do not leave my side. Don't leave my side. He just gives Cersei one look like, listen, bitch, I've done all of this for you. Your time's done out here, all right? You're done out here. I'm gonna just deal with my brother. I'm finished serving you. Qyburn's like, you need to listen to your boof. Like, Qyburn, you is very brave. Have you seen the Mountain? That's when he then got straight onto business. Cersei made sure she kept it tippy-toey moving, boy. After the Clegane Bolt, Jamie and Cersei are finally reunited. We see that Jamie has made it to her, and she just lets it off and breaks down crying. And I think for Jamie, she's the only woman he's really ever loved. There was always this prophecy that he would die in the arms of the person that he loves, and he's made sure of that. The prophecy has been fulfilled. They tried to run downstairs and escape, but the building is just so damaged, and we just see them hug and embrace. And Cersei then is like, I don't want our baby to die, I don't want to die. But Jamie knows that this is it for them, especially as the exit is now barricaded by all the bricks that have dropped down. I think now he's just at the point and is aware that they're going to die. That's Jamie and Cersei. We then see Arya trying to survive this madness that is going on. She even tries to save a woman and her child, and it doesn't go very well. The woman gets injured and falls. The woman says to Arya, take the child, take her, but the child is like, no! Runs back, and yeah, Daenerys comes through and Drogon just fired them up. Arya just managed to escape, and after that, once everything is done, you just see the aftermath, and it's horrendous. I think Arya is actually in so much shock. We know that Arya is the queen of death, but I think even for her, this is too much. And her being in the street, actually seeing the devastation caused by Daenerys and Drogon firsthand, it just is so... it's too much for her. Out of nowhere, and I mean literally out of nowhere, we see a white horse. Great timing, guys, great timing. The white horse is there, and Arya jumps on that and heads straight out of King's Landing. I hope she's going straight back to Winterfell and sitting herself in Winterfell. Done enough warring, girl. That's how the episode ends, and to be honest, I really did not think Daenerys would end up down this route. I can't believe it. I'm very much so in shock. I understand why she's ended up in this route, but it doesn't mean that that was the right way to go about it, man. Like, she just killed so many people, and these people are not going to respect her. They're going to fear her, and I think that's what she meant by what she said with Jon when they had that interaction, that fear it is then, because she understands that these people will not love her, but if they fear her, that's the way that she's going to garner the respect. Now, I'm going to give this episode 9 boys out of 10. There were things that were expected but not expected in that way. I had hopes that Daenerys was just going to hold on a bit longer, but no, she unleashed the dragon. Unleashed the dragon. That song was made before its time for Daenerys, because she definitely unleashed the dragon. I think Arya, she might kill Daenerys. Let's see what happens with the finale of Game of Thrones Season 8 and Game of Thrones entirely. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. Let me know what you thought of this episode in the comments down below. And do you think Daenerys was justified in burning up the whole of King's Landing? Let me know. I wish you just held on. Now everyone's gonna think you're an evil cow. Anyway, guys, I know. See you in my next video.
Tell me what you want now, people. Hold on, let me break it down. I know you want that new. I know you need that sound. Well, let me introduce myself. Yes, I am that girl in town.